Okay, yes, we're recording. Great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to take you to Freedom Revolution. One thing, you guys, we had a super big month last month, and this month is also starting off really well, where you guys are adding lots and lots of customers. And I want to tell you, one of the most important things you can do when you get a customer and when you get a new team member is to help that new team member take care of their customers. And right here under training, you can come down to customer care. And of course, remember the password is Revolution, all lowercase. So when you first come in, I've just been in it a lot today, so it's here. These images, you guys, are so incredible. And this PDF is so, so helpful. And I want to encourage you guys even to take out your calendar right now, or to take out your phone, because you can set some reminders about doing customer care. And one of the things that I found that's easiest for me is if I focus one day a week on customer care, rather than going, 5 days a week or however many days that I am touching my Juice Plus business, to think about prospect care and customer care and distributor care all in one day can be, you feel like you're all over the place. But if you could focus with your calendar, say on Monday or on Tuesday. Tuesday's a really good day, just so you know, for emails, for text messages. Kind of Monday is the crazy catch-up day because everyone took the weekend off. So Tuesday, people are more ready to respond to you if you engage with them. So I think it's a really good day for customer care. But if you just put down there, a couple steps, and you can go to your virtual office and you can check on your customers and see who's been in about 30 days, who's 30 days from shipping out. A lot of these things we can do, and I'll show you that another time. But this customer care sheet is fantastic because we want to give excellent customer care. Each one of these are pictures. These are images, you guys. And I just want to show you how easy. Now, I'm on a Mac. I'm not sure, how to do this with a PC, but I'm hoping it's going to be similar. All you have to do is take an image and drop it to your desktop, and you save the image. Okay, all of these images here, you just click on the image, click, and you pull it up. I don't want to pull it up right now, but isn't that beautiful? Drink a glass of water when you take your capsules. Replace the water that was removed. I mean, that's such a simple one. And they have so many. They have this one, this one, this one, this one, 4 to choose from. So if you want one, again, I just want to tell you to click on it and move it over. Whoops, you see, I already did that one. I'm doing it again. And it'll just save it right to your desktop. Okay? That's with the Mac. And I think with most of them, I'm not sure how you double click left, right. I don't understand the whole PC. Bill, or if anyone knows how to do it, please pipe up right now and tell us on a PC how you can save an image. Anybody know?
It's probably click and drag.
You think it'll be the same?
I can go and try it while we're on, maybe.
Okay, you can do that. That'd be great, Bill. Thanks. I want to make sure everybody can do it. But you guys, these are so beautiful. Look at this one. Have you noticed better sleep, more energy, healthier cravings, drinking more water, sick less often? Look at those cute pictures. I mean, it really is for everybody. And it might be something, have you? And then just send this little picture. So there's fabulous, fabulous images here. I would save them all, and what I would do is I would actually put them on your phone, and I would put them in a file named Juice Plus, an album or whatever. So when you want to send somebody a text, you just go to your Juice Plus album and your photos, and you can send these right out. So here is our customer care PDF. If you click on this, it'll open up, and it gives you a whole outline. And this is why I wanted you to grab your calendar if you have it with you. I just want you to think for this month, have you had any new customers? It's already the 11th of the month of May. So if you've had any customers in this last week, they're probably just getting their shipment, or they're just about to get their shipment. So what can you do right now? Look about day 5. You can say, I'm excited that you're beginning your Juice Plus journey. When your box arrives, it's so cute. Please send me a pic of you opening it. and you want to take 2 of each color capsule, you know, every day with a glass of water. How fun is that? And then you can send them a picture, and I'll go back to those in a minute. So here are some congratulations ones that you can send when someone becomes a customer. Here are some about consistency, how important it is taking your water. And then of course you can come down here to customer care. And I want you to know this one I'm working on. I've actually left 2 messages with 2 other NMDs because I can't find this picture. And I think it's really important. We're gonna want to help our customers have their own portal, because people really like to feel like they have control of their order. They can delay it or they can cancel it, that it's just not gonna automatically ship. As often as we tell them that we're gonna take care of them and that it won't ship without their knowledge, they feel uncomfortable sometimes with that automatic shipment. So it's important that you let them know they can create their own customer portal. And of course, they get an email right from the company as soon as they place their order, thanking them for becoming a new customer. And there's a link there to set up their customer portal. So they can do it on their own, but it would be really nice if we had this image. So as soon as I get it, you guys, and this is updated, I'll let you know. But here's a day 30, you know, checking in with your customers, day 40, day 60, day 90. And what I encourage you to do, and then of course 2 weeks before your next ship date, is when you get a new customer, just grab your calendar and do a 30, 60, 90 day. 10 days, I think, is really important. 10, 30, 60, 90. And then just make a note, and you can actually set up, you know, reminders or alarms in your phone with specific dates, so it'll ding you. Or if you're doing customer care on Mondays or on Tuesdays, whatever day you have set, just go in advance a month and put that person's name down. And then they're not gonna feel like they're slipping through the cracks, you guys. It's so important that we take care of our customers, because they truly, when they fall in love with Juice Plus and they become a raving fan, they not only will send you people who, because they're gonna be talking about their Juice Plus experience, they may wanna join you. So the customer care, you know, under training, right here under customer care is fantastic. And just, you know, come over here and check out all of these pictures. There's so many, and it keeps going. Here's some, you know, with just the berries, just the fruit and veg. Here you could do it with, I mean, every kind of combination is here, and how you can take it. So you really make it personal for each person, and they're gonna love it. Anybody have any? Yeah.
It worked the same way on the PC.
It did, great. You just clicked and drag.
Drag and drop, yep.
Excellent, okay? And I know on your phone, you guys, you can just hold it down, hold the image, and you can save it to your photos. So that is great. Any questions about Freedom Revolution and customer care? No? All right, let's go away from that. Okay, I'm so excited. Then we're gonna hit right into Kathrine Lee today, you guys, and she's gonna be sharing with us some real takeaways from conference, especially from Dr. Mitra Ray. And don't worry if you didn't watch it. She's going to reiterate a few things, but you can. I checked out just today because I was desperate to know if we could still watch the Tim Blank video. And they're all still there, you guys, on juiceplusinsights.com. You can still watch all the videos. It's been more than 2 weeks, but they're all there. So I just want to encourage you. I don't know how much longer we're going to have it. You know, utilize them. Get on there, listen to some again. If you want to share, you know, about the Tower Garden with someone, get them on the call the next day and we'll set it up, and you'll be able to use some of those videos. But I want to tell you a little bit about Kathrine Lee before she starts sharing, because I had the privilege of meeting her and really getting to know her personally as a dear friend. Wow, it was about 11 years ago, right after I became a national marketing director. They had a national marketing directors retreat in San Diego, California. And it's in an area that she used to live in. She was very familiar with that, and she set up the hotel where all the NMDs were going to be. And we stayed, my girlfriend Kelly and I stayed for an extra day. And on that Sunday morning, that extra day, I sat around the pool with Kathrine Lee and a few other national marketing directors for about 4 or 5 hours. And we just talked. And she was such an amazing listener. And I learned so much from her that day. She is a real giver. You talk about somebody who has learned in her life and who just passes that learning on and that experience to others. She's a natural encourager, as you'll hear, but she has real discernment in how she thinks, and she always frames it in a positive way. She always focuses on having a positive mindset. And she has gone on to do some incredible things. You guys, a little bit about Kathrine Lee. She is a life coach. She is a business strategist, and she is a social justice advocate. But Kathrine is also the creator of a faith-based personal development system called The Ultimate Source. And she's the founder of the nonprofit Pure Hope Foundation. She is the author of Interrupted, The Joy and Mystery of a God-Directed Life. It's an incredible book. And she has guided countless individuals to discover their unique design for their lives. And you may recognize Kathrine from one of her appearances on the Oprah Winfrey Show, because she's been on there twice. You know, she says her most important and fulfilling role in life is being a wife to her fantastic husband, Michael, and a mother to 3 fabulous children, Corinne, Logan, and Hannah. And you guys, I just love her, and I know many of you do too. Many of you have heard her. You have experienced her. She has closed main stage, you know, Juice Plus conferences before. So you're really going to enjoy this video of hers that she's going to share. And we will be pausing throughout. Don Rathman's just finishing up introducing her, and I'm going to go ahead and try and put this in play mode. You know what? I think... yeah, I'm going to play it for a minute and pause, because I really want you guys to tell me how well you can hear her, because I may switch my audio settings. And, but please do, let's see if I can get a big screen. Yeah, okay. I'm going to just play her for a minute.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Give me a thumbs up, Dawn, if you can hear me and see me. I just want to make sure. Perfect. Well, I am so incredibly honored. Okay, so first of all, you got to see my glamour shot, and then Dawn looks so glamorous. I'm in still quarantine. I'm in my quarantine garb and wardrobe here, so I'm super casual. So I'm.
How are you guys hearing?
Pretty good. I think it's not perfect, but it's good.
Okay, let me try something.
And is that why you wore your hat? Because she was wearing hers?
Yep. Of course. All right, hang on. Let me try to share this again.
Oh yeah.
Sure
If we all will help if we mute our videos.
Yeah, if you guys will stop sharing your video right now, and not your video, but your picture, and mute. Let's try it this way. Oh, it won't let me. Okay.
Thrilled to be with you all. I see a couple others of you in your baseball caps, so thanks for not letting me be alone. I just need to know how the rest of you are dyeing your hair during this time. I have way too much gray under here. So anyway, I am so honored to be here. And what we're going to talk about tonight is really a launch off of Dr. Mitra Ray's clothes. So if you have not watched that, I know some of you right now with quarantine time, maybe you're a little bit paralyzed. You haven't been able to do as much as you wanted to with your Juice Plus franchise. Just know that all of us are responding differently. I did an interview today with a gentleman that he's a counselor, but he specializes in temperaments. And we were talking about how different people and different temperaments have responded differently. And that's true in our business too. But what's so exciting, I believe, about tonight and about Mitra's talk is its life skills. And it is perspective that we can all carry forward into every aspect of our life. So if you haven't seen that, please go on or ask whoever got you on to give you access to that particular talk. But this will stand alone because I'm going to summarize some of her points, but I also want you to interact with me. So Dawn, if you want to bring up the handout. So if you don't have this, you can go to kathrinelee.com and get it, or you can, whoever invited you on this call, your leader has it and they can email you the PDF. So please get a piece of paper. If you don't have it right now, don't go there and try to print it out. Just get one piece of paper and you're going to do these columns: inspiration, motivation, activation, environment, and community. Okay, so, and then I'm going to talk first about the core concepts, And then this is the interactive part. That's why I'm asking you to get a piece of paper and a pen, because I don't just believe in inspiration, right? I can talk to you all day long. Mitra was incredibly inspiring, but what she encouraged was also the motivation and activation. And then I'm going to add in environment and community, because this way we'll get traction, right? People always ask me, are you an inspirational speaker? And I say, no, I'm an equipping speaker. That's my goal, is to equip you with the tools and action steps and way of doing things so that you can live the abundant life you were designed to live. So with that being said, I want to share with you, I thought one of the powerful things that Mitra said on that talk was the quote up at the top. It says, success is the result of clarity. Failure comes from confusion. And later she said there's no such thing as failure, it's just perceived failure. So I took the license to put in, success is the result of clarity. Perceived failure comes from confusion. And you can follow Dr. Mitra Ray on Facebook to continue to follow her work. She is one of the greatest mentors in this business, but also the way she goes about life. So with that being said, I want to talk to you about inspiration, because on Mitra, when she talked about inspiration, so I want you to think about this. This is the part where you're going to interact. You can write these core concepts down, but see at the bottom, there's a very light line, by the way, dividing each column into two sections. The top is the core concept. The bottom is for you to write your personal response. And then my encouragement is, after this, we'll stay on for a little bit of Q&A, but get with your team, whether it's one-on-one with who invited you to this call, or your team's going to gather and share what stood out to you, because you will actually teach each other as you do that and you share with somebody. That's the community part. So inspiration and community are the bookends of greatness. That's what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you have inspiration and community, you can do the things in between. And so inspiration is this, and Mitra had these on her slides to remind you that have seen it and to tell you those that didn't. She said, what captivates you? One of my favorite words. What captivates you? What moves you? Emotionally moving you? What makes you happy? What brings you? I like to say, what makes your heart jump a little bit. But the counter side to that is what makes you sad or mad. Because she talked about that sometimes we're inspired by something, like a sunset. We're inspired by something. But the type of inspiration Mitra and I are talking about is what she talked about, is the type that inspires you to do something. So we're inspired by a sunset, but we might be inspired by making a difference or the fun we have, right, in what we do. So what are those things for you? And I'm going to, because this is specifically for our Juice Plus community, summarizing the live, I want you to think about this for a minute. When you're in your Juice Plus world, so whether you're brand new, you've been in this for a day, by the way, welcome if you came in as part of our Blitz or have just joined our business. But I want you to think about, what have you experienced so far that you went, I'm going to take action. Like it made your heart lift and it connected with you. So again, you're going to hear me say, I'm going to give you 30 seconds and I want you to write down, when you think of our Juice Plus business, the community, the product, the speakers, the events you've been to, what inspires you to action? Can you think of what that is? 30 seconds, and I want you guys to jot that down. If you don't have a pen and paper, just close your eyes and run through some of your experiences, and you'll start to feel that lift in your spirit, or the frustration that makes you mad, right? Inspired to make a change. So what is that? 30 seconds, like I said.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work on my audio and I know it was giving us trouble. So I'm going back to.
It was okay. It was fine once she started showing the chart, and then we weren't seeing her lips.
Right. So it doesn't really matter. Could you tell the quality of the sound? Was it any better or worse?
Fine. It was good. That was
Okay.
good.
I can't see you guys, so I'm going back to my original way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I hope that's okay. Okay. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope you're taking down your notes. She only gave us 30 seconds, so I hope you're writing down some insights of what really inspires you, what moves you, what captivates you. I love that. What makes you sad or mad.
Kier,
Yeah.
uh, um, on the top, when she says core concepts and personal insights, are we writing? Do you know where we're writing on this
Yeah.
chart?
Great question. So she was talking about inspiration right here, and the core concepts that she just gave us, you
What
were to write
captivates
kind of
you?
in this box.
What moves you? What makes you
Yeah,
sad?
like the questions, like, yeah, what moves
Okay.
you, what captivates you, what makes you
And
sad
then the 30 seconds she gave us goes in the
is
personal
down
insight.
here. Your
Got it.
personal insights.
Bummer.
Yeah,
Crunchy.
sorry,
Okay.
these lines are really small, so I
No,
don't know if you could even
yep, I
see
get it. I think everybody else did if they
them.
were
Okay,
listening.
you guys give me, well, you can't give me a thumbs up because no one's sharing their screen. Thank you, but please butt in. All right, we're going to continue. Let me get this to big. Okay. We might have 10 more seconds before she talks.
Okay, the next concept that Mitra talked about, Dr. Ray, I should be official because she's earned that title. But the next piece that she talked about was this whole concept of motivation. And what she said was that to have it be a money-driven result, what motivates you? And the reason why she said that is not because she's money motivated. She made that point clear, but she said your brain needs something concrete to celebrate. Your brain needs something. You guys, in personal development, part of what I get hired for the most is communication and then goal setting. And the core concept that she shared is so true, because here's the thing, the heart is inspired by a concept. That's what we just talked about, inspiration. And we all need inspiration, but motivation, meaning creating something, comes from concrete. So there's concepts and concrete. Concepts are wonderful. We need that internal lift of our heart and our soul in order to move, but our brain, in order to create it, needs concrete. It needs to be able to see it, to create it. And most things that we can see are attached to money, meaning there's something that I did that then I can do. Right? So it could be a check that you write to a nonprofit. It can still be something very inspiring to you, but it needs to be tangible so the brain can create it and celebrate it when it happens. It can't celebrate a concept or create a concept. It has to have something concrete. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about what is something that if you could do or buy, meaning do when I say write a check to something, or you can experience because you have the finances to do it. And I just want you to think over the next few months. So in our business, it is so easy to generate $500 to $1,000 in a short period of time when you plug into the system, and especially with our bonuses that we have. So I want you to think about if 3 months from now, or let's just say in 30 days, because I know some of you can do that. So anywhere from 30 days to 3 months, you have $500 to $1,000 cash. It's been deposited into your bank account. What would you do with it? I would love for you to write down any thoughts that come to mind. It might be over 1,000, it might be under, but write what comes to mind. 30 seconds, go. Okay, the next one is activation. So I just want to show you inspiration. That's about your heart, what you feel. Now we're getting into the what, which is motivation. And then the activation is the buy win, right? So notice this is making concrete action steps that you calendar. If you're writing down course concepts, but these are things you can schedule and protect, that you're actually going to take action on them. So if you go back to your motivation and you look at, okay, I would love $500 so that I can give here, or I can have that there, or experience this, buy something, use money to then receive or give something in your life. So what are your action steps? Well, whoever invited you on this call can give you a specific plan for yourself, but I'm just going to share a few things with you. One is you could post on social media right now the Tower Garden. Guys, people get that they need to be in charge of their food. And if you don't know, well, how do I post about Tower Garden? Go to your thefreedomrevolution.com or go to your virtual office. There is all sorts of social media posts that are available to us that the companies have already done for us. And again, whoever invited you onto this call will be able to tell you how to do that. But post it, and just your own experience. I can't wait to get mine, right? If you haven't bought one yet, if you haven't purchased one, I highly recommend it, because it's one of the most concrete, talk about concepts versus concrete. Juice Plus is kind of a concept, right? Fruits and vegetables are concrete, but fruits and vegetables in a capsule, that's a little bit of a concept. That's why it takes some education. Tower Garden's concrete, right? It's a machine. People see things growing out of it that they're familiar with. And so post on that. The second action step could be talk to 10 people and say, would having more fruits and vegetables in your diet make an impact? Or who do you know that could benefit from better nutrition? Set a number of people that you're going to share with. I saw today somebody, they've made it very quickly to the first phase of our business, the first step of the first promotion. She did it very quickly. And her whole campaign, so to speak, all she's doing is going to people and saying, look, I am so excited about trying this out for the next 4 months. Will you try it with me? Let's do this together. And they're getting on the capsules together. And then they're going to go through the education and the experience. She's just inviting people in. So her activation would be to make a list of everybody she knows and call, whether it's one person a day or 10 people a day. Remember, that's your right. That's the beauty of our business, is you own it yourself. We're here to support you, but your action steps, what works for you in this season is yours. You own that. And that's why I want you to look below and just say, for right now, is it one-on-one phone calls? Is it making your list and then going through them one-on-one? Is it allowing whoever invited you to host an online event? They're so powerful and so simple. So just know, what is your activation? What are some action steps that you can calendar that are tangible? It's an appointment with your virtual franchise. It's the way we show up. And remember, every single person that we have on that list and every single contact that we make is supporting someone, helping someone with solutions. So I want you to think about real quick, what are some action steps that you're willing to do? And if you're stuck here, that's okay. Again, get with the person and they can say, what do you want? You know, that listening that Dawn talked about. Well, here's some suggested action steps. I always say, just be sassy, S-A-S, suggested action steps, right? That's the way I coach. It's your business. I'm not going to boss you, but I will give you ways to be sassy, right? Some suggested action steps. And then you can pick up the pieces that you want, but we have all the tools to make you successful. So 30 seconds, what are some action steps that you're willing to take with support, or that you already know you want to take, that you can put into your calendar just for this week? Don't worry about a month or 6 months from now, just for this week. What are your action steps that you can calendar? I'm going to give 30 seconds. Okay, again, I hope you'll get one-on-one with whoever is your support in this business, or you'll get together as a team.
I'm just pausing it for a minute because you guys, we will come back, and we're going to take some time at the end to kind of talk through these, and I really hope you're going to be share and ask some questions. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time at the end because you're going to hear from each other. You're going to have some more time, and I definitely encourage you to sit with this a little bit afterwards. I can definitely send you this video. It's a Vimeo actually, and I can put it in our Team Believe, so you can always go back and watch it again. But we're going to take some time to dialogue, okay, at the end of this. So here you go.
Here, this ties into community. You'll hear other people's ideas and go, oh, I want to do that too. Or maybe we could do that together since we have the same action steps. So again, that's the power of community. So activation, schedule and protect, they will be the things that will get you what you want in your motivation, and it will make your heart leap even more because you'll see those dreams, those desires, the reasons why you do this coming more and more. So we have the heart of inspiration, we have the what of motivation, we have the by when of activation, right? This week, we're doing that. And now environment. This is the, where are we doing this business? This is the where, because your environment is huge. It's just as important as your community is what you do alone to create these new habits. So creating an environment of success. So this is both in the rhythm of your life and in the physical space of your life. So I do a whole training on priority planning that I'll get the information to the leaders here that gave this to you, and they can share that with you. But our environment has to do with priority planning. So your environment is, when you're alone, what's important to you. So again, maybe you want to work a few hours a week, 5 minutes at a time, because you're homeschooling your kids, things are going crazy, right? And or you're a little bit paralyzed with the what ifs and what's going on in this world, but you get to choose the rhythm at which you want to do this. But what I can tell you is there's no better environment than helping and serving others to lift your internal environment. It's called the helper's high. When you help somebody else, you're helped yourself. So what is your environment? So your mental space and your physical space. So when I get up in the morning, I do my quiet time. It's my favorite way to start the day because I just feel like I can tap in to a personal relationship with my designer, and I can be like, okay, who do I need to talk to? Where do I need to go? So I first let myself be loved, get filled up, and then I'm allowed and feel like I've got enough to go out and love others. And so that's a personal rhythm of my life. That's part of my environment. But then I have two opposites. I don't know if any of you have this. I have lived in a tiny house while we were building Pure Hope Foundation, and I've lived in lots of square footage. When I first started my Juice Plus business almost 25 years ago, I worked out of a tiny little cubby in my home that was literally probably 2 feet by 4 feet. That used to be a bar, the old-fashioned 70s houses that were built with a bar, that the bar got taken out, and I just sat right back there and did my business. So what is that for you? My two opposites are my own, where when I walk in, I feel a little bit more professional, and you can create that space anywhere in your house. A corner of a kitchen table. It can be one seat in your house with a side table. But that, you're like putting on the power when you sit in that space to change somebody's life. Okay, so whether it's your phone calls, so that's one office. My second office is outdoors, whether I'm sitting in my car or on a walk. I love making calls while I'm in motion. Emotion evokes emotion. And so sometimes I'm just too excited to sit still. And so I'll drive and make some phone calls when I'm not having to concentrate, hands-free, of course, and or I'll go out for a walk. And I just connect with people, and I call and say, how are you doing during all of this? How can I support you? What's going on? And you just listen. And of course, we have something of value to offer, but it's really about checking in. So I want you guys to write down, do you have a rhythm of your day? And for me, I don't know if any of you have this, but my peak time of day is from 5 a.m. until 3 p.m. And I always joke around, but it's really true. I get more stupid. And not that I'm stupid at all, but literally I lose brain capacity from 3 o'clock on. So just imagine how good this would have been if it would have been 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. Central when we did this. But I really know I bring my best between 5 a.m. and 3 p.m. So that could be an environment for you too. So what is your physical space? Where are you going to set up your command center? That's what I like to call it, physically in your home. And then what are some other places and rhythms and priorities that you're creating to create a new habit? Because environment is what drives our habits. And if we treat our business like a business by having a rhythm, it will pay us like a business. Okay, so what is that? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to just see what comes to mind. Okay. And then finally, and you guys can add into this as you discuss it with people. Some of you will add to this tomorrow because you're internal processors. So maybe you have some blanks because you're needing to process the information, and you'll add in other things tomorrow. Others of you are writing down a ton, and some of you are going to wait till you talk to somebody and then it's going to flesh out. So just know that's community. Connecting to community is incredibly important. This is the place, the core concept here is where you have coaches and cheerleaders. Nobody's a boss, right? But we have a community of incredibly supportive people, some of the most brilliant people I know. And I've worked in lots of realms with highly brilliant people, but I've never met quite a community that was so willing to help each other. I mean, Mitra, Ray, and I are in completely separate teams, but I was so blown away by her talk, and I'm like calling her going, you were amazing. Thank you so much. I can't wait to do this for my team because of what you did. And then she's like, well, send me the recording because I want to share it with my team. And we just are that way because we know there's enough for everyone. And when you're in community where there's no competition and there's no comparison, then you can start completing the work that we're supposed to do together. So in community, I want you to think, I need some cheerleaders, right? I need people to say, that's all right, that's okay, you're going to beat them anyway. Who are those people in your life? That's what you're going to write at the bottom, okay? Who are your cheerleaders that just love you? And we need them, and if you don't have them, then I want you to get them. I noticed one on the call tonight, a friend of mine named Sheila, and Sheila's my cheerleader. I swear no matter what I do, she tells me I'm brilliant, right? But we all need people like that in our lives. And there's many of you on this call that are that to me. I want you to know that. But second are those coaches, meaning the coaches that say, hey, you said you wanted to make a touchdown. I used to coach lacrosse for high school girls in Southern California at San Juan Hills High School. And I wanted to just be their cheerleader because that's my personality, but I was hired as their coach. And so I asked them, what is your goal? What is it that you're wanting out of this season? And they told me, so when they were acting opposite of what would get them mad, my job was to say, hey, that's not all right. That's not okay. That's not going to get you what you want. Like, I can't, you're all right, you're okay. Of course, that unconditional love, it's not based on performance, but you said you wanted this. In order to get that, here's some action steps. Again, you own it yourself. Nobody's your boss, nobody's gonna fire you, but being able to take power feedback from somebody who wants the best for you, that's a good coach. And so I want you to think for a minute in your community, first of all, are you willing? And are you that? Are you somebody's cheerleader? Are you willing to speak the truth and love to people? Are you a cheerleader and a coach? And then who is that for you? Okay, jot it down. 30 seconds. Okay, and I want to encourage you in your community, ask for what you need. I always tell people when I first sign them up, as a rep, direct to me, a partner, direct to me, I will say, okay, we're getting ready to get in this relationship. I have thoughts about it. You have thoughts about it. I'm listening as best I can. But if I ever do something that shuts you down, will you tell me? And if I do something that you go, yes, that I want to do, will you tell me that too? Because I want to learn your motivation language. I want to learn what compels you, and I want to learn what repels you, whether it's my tone of voice, whether it's an activity that I'm suggesting. Now, some things I may say, okay, if you want to succeed, you know, there's some get in every life, but you still get the choice of whether or not you want to do it. But if I don't know what compels and repels you, I don't know your motivation language. And I want to do more of what compels you, and I want to do less of what repels you. So let's just have that open dialogue. You are not going to hurt my feelings, because I'm just getting to know you. And honestly, a lot of times you're getting to know yourself within this. And through that, we're going to find your best rhythm and your best space in this business. So with that being said, I just want to close with this quote at the bottom. If you commit to nothing, you will be distracted by everything. If you commit to nothing, so just commit tonight. You can take this inspiration, motivation, activation, environment, and community into every aspect of your life. But my hope is that through this, you will be able to have a positive influence on more people. I cannot imagine what my life would look like without me having to get over the humps. I don't know if Wendy Campbell is on, but she went through me trying to pull back and quit and come back in, and she just cheerleaded and coached and cheerleaded and coached, and at times gave me my space, but then would come back in and love on me again. And I can't tell you what that means because of what I have and what I'm able to do now because of it. So I just want to thank all of you for investing tonight, and you will make me the happiest person in the world. I will have known that I didn't just spend my time, but that I invested it. If you will, as you put this into practice, tell your leaders and let them come tell me, or if we know each other personally, let me know, hey, Kathrine, this is what I'm doing. And then a week later, say, this is how it went. Because then I know you just didn't have a concept, you made it concrete, you followed through, and I promise you, you will make a positive impact on more people than you could ever imagine. All right, you guys, thanks so much. And I know we're gonna try to open it up for Q&A. It might get a little loud for a minute. I think we were gonna stop the recording, and then we'll start it again for Q&A in case anybody wants that.
Okay, please feel free to unmute yourself, you guys. And I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did. Please show your face again. Everyone was like not sharing your screen. You guys were all being very obedient. And thank you. I hope you were able to follow and could hear okay.
Oh, fantastic. It was awesome.
Good.
Total wowzers.
I know. Total wowzer, right? She is. It's so wonderful. And just know that, you know, I'm recording this still because I do think people will enjoy hearing some from you, but of course you don't have to listen to the whole recording, but you will have her right at your fingertips on our recording, you guys. You can watch it over and over and over again if you want to continue to work through some of that. Well, I'd love to go around, and I'm just going to kind of give you guys a chance to share with me, you know, each step. We're going to talk about all 5. And I hope you had a chance to think about it. And don't worry if you didn't write anything down yet. You know, I think as you sit with this, I want to make sure you have the core concepts, you know. So if any of you can share with me what you wrote down, what was a core concept for inspiration? What does that mean? What's the concept you're looking for inspiration?
You mean like what captivates you, or what makes you mad or sad, what moves you? It's got to be heart-centered, the inspiration. I thought that was interesting when she talked about the heart is more the inspiration, and then the motivation or the brain needs the concrete.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I hope you guys had that written down. That's, you know, that top section, so that you can come back and you can think about it, because you may not have your personal insights yet, but if you can, you know, because tomorrow you might be out in nature and something may really capture you and and encourage you or inspire you, and you're like, you know what, if I'm outside and I'm around people, or I hear a statistic that blows me away with health, that inspires me to do something about it. You know, things are going to come to your mind. So who would like to share any personal inspiration that they have? What inspires you? What makes you mad? You know, or what makes you sad?
Or what makes me happy?
Okay.
Julie and Joel Herp's story. And for those of you who know Julie and Joel and everything, and you can hear a very cool thing that I announced this morning that will shock some of you. But I'm going part-time at Boca Christian in the fall.
Oh, wow.
Because I am coming on full-time, or as much as possible, with my wife to inspire healthy living around the world. And Julie and Joel, I have to tell you, I heard their stories so many times, but last May, about a year ago, got home from our event in Dallas, and we were at Karen Smith's house, right? And they were Julie was up telling her story that I've heard so many times, right? And every other time I've thought, yeah, that's cool. That's for Julie and Joel. This time, guys, I was in the back of the room in tears, and I went, oh my gosh, God, I think that's what I want. So I am so thankful for Julie and Joel and their story, and they inspire me, and I'm coming on board big with my wife. So I'll see more of you guys if that's okay.
That's awesome.
Thank
Yay.
you, Lou.
That's great. Yeah, I like what he said, because that's what I was thinking. Stories are what inspire me. When I hear stories from people about seeing lives change, whether it's the lives of others that they've helped have a hand in, or just their own lives changed. And it just starts getting me thinking, why can't that be me? Why can't, I deserve just as much as anybody else to be able to change my life. So yeah, stories inspire me.
Excellent. Thank you, Charlene. Anybody else? Yeah.
I'm inspired by nature. I love nature as well. But as far as really moving me to make something happen, I would definitely say stories. But I just am truly inspired by nature. It just fuels me and fills me up.
Wonderful. Anybody else? What inspires you? Jenna, I see you.
Okay. Yeah. So what really inspires me as I see our healthcare system is prevention and just preventative care, because if we can stop things before we get to the point where we're just treating symptoms, oh my goodness, that's my love. That's what inspires me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Jenna. Woo.
Oh, we need more.
And
help.
if I could say real quick, just Jenna and Caleb, great job on their presentation last week. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, super.
And we've got another one coming up this Saturday. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's move on to motivation, you guys. So this is more of the concrete. So it has to be something that you can write down, that's tangible, that you will see, that you can receive. Okay. And, and her question was, what could you do, or what could you buy? What would be something that would happen, an experience? So give me an idea of a motivation. Yeah, go ahead, Kim.
So I would definitely have to say, and this has been since I started my Juice Plus business, is just traveling. Many of you out here know that I'm a Disney freak. Yeah, so travel and Disney, and yeah, we're gonna get back there again sometime soon.
Yes, you are. Great. So what is, she asked, like, what would you do? So it would just be, if you had that extra 500 or 1,000, it would be a trip to Disney.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that would motivate you. You would do it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I want my husband to be home, so my motivation is still the $2,000 to $3,000 a month, so I can have Rob home.
Yay!
Go, Jeannie. Go, Jeannie.
And that same money would help for me to give money to the Freedom Gallery, which is that my brother's museum. I can't, people give, but I haven't been able to give. So I'd like to be able to do that.
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
And traveling. I'm also a travel person.
Mhm, mhm.
So let me ask you, when I say that, what goes at the core and what goes at the personal thing? I don't get that.
The core concept is the question, that you're asking. So, well, for one, for instance, with the inspiration, I asked Betsy, and Betsy said this is the heart part. So it's what you feel, what captivates you, what moves you, what makes you mad, and what makes you sad. That's the core concept.
The questions
Yeah, all those questions. So like with motivation, this is, the question is, what would you do with an extra $500 or $1,000? That would be the core concept. And it has to be something tangible. It must be concrete. So those are the things you're writing under core concept. It has to be concrete. It has to, I wrote small attainable goal. It has to be something you can attain.
And Jeannie, everything you mentioned goes underneath the middle line. So that's all your personal insights.
So the core, the core goes across the top, all the questions about each one. And down here is all your personal, how you respond to the question is on the bottom.
Yep, how you answer it, Rob.
So the core concepts are the questions themselves, and the personal insights are how you answer the question.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't get that either.
You didn't get that, sorry.
That's okay. That's why we're going over it now. So you know what, you can write some of that down now, and you can spend some time with it.
I wouldn't mind some tickets to some Dolphin games.
Oh, yeah.
NFL
Amy Getz said for that motivation up at the top for core, if I could, I would. So those were the two blanks she said to fill in.
If I could, I would. So if you could do what? What is that? What would that be? Anybody else want to share what motivates them or what they would do with an extra $500 or $1,000?
Good in here.
I'd quit substitute teaching.
Woo, that would be exciting, Donna. Oh, we'll see about that, Donna. I like it. And that's something you would like. Would that motivate you?
Yeah, because I'm really enjoying sleeping in.
I know, I'm telling you. That's so true. Okay, you guys, this next one, the activation. This is by when. So this is your goal. This is a date, and, what can you schedule and how can you protect it? That's the core concept. What can you schedule? Because you're in control of your schedule. How can you protect that? So this is the active part of you're inspired, and now you want to get that $500 because that $500 is going to do this. So now what are you going to do in your schedule to make that happen? And I'd love it if any of you guys, had some ideas. I can definitely give you some, but I want to hear from you. Some action steps. What can you do to help you move forward in that goal?
Kara, I liked what you said at the beginning. I need to just get back into putting stuff in my calendar. The 10, 30, 60, 90.
Yeah.
When I started, I was teaching and Post-it notes on the side of my desk with DVDs, and I got to get back to that because that worked for me. So
it did.
Yeah.
Great idea, Kim.
That's one of the things I really like actually is calendaring and time blocking. So I have set times for each activity, even if it's something as it doesn't have to be relevant to Juice Plus, but it's relevant to my overall picture that leads me into the direction of being able to take action towards Juice Plus, towards developing the business. Time for God in the morning, time for walking through my garden through the afternoon, which leads me into taking a video about the tower garden and about just gardening in general. So those time blocks and then identifying specifically what my goal is to achieve from that time block, because I calendar everything and I time block it, but now I've taken it one step forward and I'm using that particular activity in that time block to determine how am I using this activity to propel me even more forward, and what is it going to actually help me achieve by doing what I'm doing. So it's not just a random time block activity, there's a purpose behind it.
That is so cool, Jackie. You just combined motivation or activation and environment. That's rhythm that she talked about.
Yes.
Your rhythm of life moves you in your activation. That was super cool.
And I'm telling you, it actually feels a whole lot less restrictive, and it feels more naturally free flowing.
I like how you said you incorporate your why in there when you time block it and you're writing what you're going to do. You remind yourself of why you're doing it too.
Right.
Yeah, that's very motivational and
it keeps me focused. To be honest, it keeps me focused instead of being scattered all over the place.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to be.
I'm going to break up my, I want to invite 10 people to the Saturday event coming up for with Caleb and Jenna, but I'm going to break it up into chunks that I can do. So 3 or 4 people a day. I'm going to go to my list that I've compiled of all the people, and I'm going to see maybe when I contacted them last, create a new little text that I'll copy and paste, and it'll make it easier. And then I'm going to use the little picture that we have of the flyer of them, those awesome young people, and I'm gonna send it to those people.
Great. Simple, active action step. Anybody else? Okay, last 2, environment and then community. I love this. You know, how do you create an environment for success? Where is that for you? You know, she talked about having 2 offices. You know, where do you choose Plus? Sometimes it's like everywhere, you know, but sometimes it's nice to have and create a space. So, you know, what lights you up for that priority planning? Where are you most comfortable? Where do you have that power? She was talking about if she wanted to be strong and feel powered up, she goes to her office. You know, otherwise she loves nature. You like you, Betsy, you get filled up by nature, taking your Juice Plus outside, you know, sitting outside, getting a tan or I mean, that's probably not, we also have to be careful, but you know, being out, whatever it is, and talking to friends. Who wants to share about environment?
Well, I'm real excited because since Jennifer moved out, I've taken over her room and I don't have a Korean English teacher living here. So I have the whole room myself, and I shut the door and I get to do what I need to do. So it's been fun.
Wonderful, Donna. I love that. It's your own.
Anybody else in the house. I'm not interrupting anybody watching TV, or they have to be quiet walking through wherever I am. So it's worked out great.
Wonderful. Love it. You've got your space, your private space. Anybody else? Environment.
My Juice Plus environment is like playing freeze tag, but I have a base.
Okay.
I can do it all over the place, and I most of the time have to do it all over the place because I keep my phone in my pocket, but I do have to have a base where all of my material lives, so that when I'm doing the all over the place with my phone, I can kind of go back to that base to organize or complete or put together what it is that I just built through my journey of playing freeze tag. That make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that an office for you, Jackie, or is that in your kitchen? Where is that for you?
It's actually in my schoolroom. I have my own desk and it has all of my things separated into categories and special little boxes.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Great. Anybody else have a place that really lights them up? You know, where it's there, where they're encouraged, or it's a good environment for you? Anybody else?
Yeah, I got to work on that. That's something I got to work on, is having it be able to be conducive to working at.
Gotcha.
It's a goal.
It's a great activity.
Uh-huh.
I
I
have
love
a
to-
space upstairs and it's away from everyone and it's just great. And I have my desk overlooking the lake behind my house and it's beautiful and on gorgeous days it's just breathtaking. And I just recently put this up. This is like a big, I don't know if you guys can see it. These are my kids and my hubby and I.
Yes.
My sister gifted this blanket to me. And I was like, no, it's too pretty to go, not to go on the wall. So it's nice, you know, where everything has its place in here, and I'm away from everyone, and it's my own little world.
Great.
I love my kitchen table because I can look out the front window, look out the back window, and then I really try to use my car time. I don't necessarily call, when I'm in that car, I do hands-free calling people.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Excellent.
And it might be more of a catch up on life type thing rather than serious, oh, I need to be looking at papers, business, but it's that building relationship time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Well, I have an attic space up here that we really can't use. We built it, but it needs some work on it as far as air conditioning and stuff like that. And I tell Rob all the time, it's really my favorite place to go up there. I haven't made it that way yet because of what it needs up there, but it's really the place I would like to be first.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I do is when Rob goes to bed and everybody's asleep, there's quiet in the house, I can't sleep. I'll get up and come to my desk in here in my bedroom. I mean, my love seat in my bedroom. And that's where I do quality time, like with praying and stuff like that. And I'm really got my mind on something. That's kind of a motivating place. I mean, I feel really at home there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like Betsy, I enjoy, now that I've finally got the hang of calling Siri to make my phone calls for me and hands-free totally, I get a lot more done on the phone when I'm driving. For some reason, I can concentrate better when I'm driving.
That's great. I love this, you guys. I hope you're encouraged by hearing from everyone because it spurs other ideas. And I know we've gone way over. We're on our last one, and I'll let you guys go for the night. We're talking about community, you know, and I just have to tell you guys, I just love our community. You know, when we get together, like now on Zoom, when we get together in person, when we can, I just can't wait till we can, because, you know, the live events we get to attend and encourage and be inspired by, and you know, the big Juice Plus conferences, and then the little ones, it's an amazing community because there are people like Kathrine Lee, you know, all around, Amy Getz, all these wonderful people that can be our mentors. But we do need two people, and I thought this was really interesting how she divided these. You know, we need a cheerleader, you know, who's always going to be your encourager and always rooting you on, but you need a coach, someone who's holding you accountable. And deciding and finding those people, I think is really important for us to do. I know for me, it's much easier for me to be a cheerleader than to be a coach. Much easier for me to come alongside you and encourage you than to hold you accountable, because I want you to like me. And if I have to hold you accountable, you might not like me anymore. You know, it's just one of those things that's always been a challenge for me. But it's a strength that I love and value in others so much. And I have those people in my life. So I want you guys to think about that. who are your cheerleaders? Who are your coaches? And it's not just in this business. We're talking about life. Okay, we're talking about life. That who's going to hold you accountable in your life as well as in this business. You need to find them, and we need to ask. I love how Kathrine talked about wanting to listen when she brings new team members in, being very upfront. I want to know what compels you, and I also want to know what repels you. And if I ever do anything that squashes you, please let me know, because I want to be aware of that, because I want to lift you up. I want to encourage you. Don't we all want to do that? So I'm telling you, you guys, I'm echoing Kathrine Lee personally to all of you. If there's ever been a time where I've shut you down, please tell me. If there's ever been a time that I repel, if something I do, repels you, please tell me. I want to be teachable, just as you all, I'm sure, want to be teachable as well. We all want to grow. So think about that in this business. Who is that for you? And if you have someone in your life that's a cheerleader, fabulous. If you have someone in your life that's a coach, fabulous. If you don't, I want to challenge you to find them. Like Amy Getz is mine. She does both for me. I mean, Julie does too, absolutely. But I know she's taking some time away. And Amy is not direct to me. She's like 5 people up from me. Not really, but now she used to be. But now she is my coach. She absolutely is my mentor. She's absolutely my cheerleader as well, which I'm grateful. It doesn't always come in the same person. Do you have that, you guys? Do you have someone in your life that you can count on that's going to cheerlead for you? I know I have my husband. I love you. And your coach too.
Oh, I love you too. And I think you are a great cheerleader. So I think we do that for each other,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. I have a lot of cheerleaders of guys and other people in my life. But I don't know if I have too many coaches. So
They're hard to find.
I might need to look for some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with you. I have more cheerleaders than I have coaches, but I have one team member that's on my team that does a good job at both coaching and cheerleading. Yes, she always asks me in advance, can I be brutally honest with you, but through love? And I'm like, sure. Go ahead. Since you asked so kindly, sure. She's great at that. She's actually really good at it.
Wonderful. You've been gifted there, Jackie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I thought the most challenging question was, who am I a cheerleader or a coach to? So yeah, I need to be thinking about that.
Yeah. Great question, Charlene.
And Jackie, you mentioned sharing the truth and love. That was actually something she said in her presentation. And I believe that's so important in life. Right? And here on our team, as Kirsten was saying, I think transparency, guys, is something that doesn't happen enough in culture and society. But when we're transparent, with each other about somebody hurting us or somebody, and we're telling and sharing with each other, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I would echo Kirsten on that. And I actually think, I can't remember when it was, but there was a Zoom a while back, and I think sometimes I can be rough with my words, and I think I did on the Zoom with somebody, and I was like, wow, I think I shut somebody down. So if that was you, I can't even remember who it was, but maybe you remember. And if that ever happens, you definitely, please tell me. Kirsten would tell you that's something we both want, is to have people encourage us and support us and speak the truth in love, for sure.
Thank you. Well, it's been great being with you guys tonight. I've kept you a long time, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can really spend time with this, and may it lead us, you know, forward. May we be inspired, you know, may it move us to activation, motivation, activation in a beautiful environment with wonderful people like all of you. And who would you like to bring into this community? You know, who would you like to be a part of this? Think about people in your life that need a community, because it's a great place to be, as you guys all know. So thanks for joining in tonight, you guys. I'll send the recording out. Just let everyone know, you know, they don't have to stay through the whole hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, first 40 minutes, they'll get it all. But thanks, you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys.
Good night.